Oftentimes, when starting a mission, you will find yourself near a weapon/ammo box such as this one. Now, you may be tempted when looking in this to just go ahead and pick up any and everything you can. However, with Ace 2, you have a weight system. As you see up here at the top, I am currently carrying 8 kilograms worth of equipment. As I pick up this M240 Elcan, with all of these magazines, you can see that I'm now carrying 67 kilograms of equipment. This is incredibly heavy because all these magazines weigh a lot and they are very bulky. Now, as I'm carrying this as a machine gunner, as I'm carrying this as a machine gunner, I will move around, but quickly I will find that I am tiring. As I sprint here, I will indicate that. As you can hear, my breath is starting to pick up and I am getting exhausted very quickly because I am carrying so much equipment. Eventually I will fall to the ground and basically be unable to move because I am completely out of breath. And that is what has happened right here. I am breathing very heavily. My vision is fading in and out because I am very exhausted. If I try to get up and move again, this will continue to happen. This is why you do not want to carry excessive amount of weight. So right now I will drop these extra magazines. Try and get myself to a more reasonable weight. Even with 3 magazines, I am still at 31 kilograms due to the magazines and the weight of the weapon itself. This is a decent weight, 31 kilograms, but sometimes it can still be too heavy. One of the problems with being overburdened is after you get up, you may continue to pass out and you have to lay down. As you can see, you have to lay down or take a knee and catch your breath. This can take quite a while, so it is a good idea not to be exhausted in the first place. So please choose your equipment and your weight loadout accordingly. There are numerous ways to move around within Arma 2 Ace 2. One of these ways is by being prone and crawling, which is fairly self-explanatory. You can also be on your knees as such and move around in a crouched run, which will lower your profile and the enemy will have a harder time seeing you. You can stand up on fully and you can run around this way, which is a fairly steady jog. This is what you will be traveling with mostly. However, while standing up, you can you can double tap your movement key, which mine is W. So if I press W twice, I will now sprint. This moves a lot faster than the regular jog and is an outright run. You want to conserve this because you will become exhausted very quickly while using this. You only want to use it to run from cover to cover, such as this, or any other situation that merits the burst of speed. Usually, you will want to be moving around while standing instead of sprinting. Now, as you notice, while I move, I am moving at a quick pace. Sometimes you want to slow down. You can do this by holding the left shift button, which will make you walk. However, if you do not want to hold this constantly, you can double tap the left shift button, as I will do now, and this will toggle your walk. So instead of running by default, you will walk by default. This is very useful for urban combat, and so you can walk around quietly from either standing or crouching position to take out your enemies more effectively. Again, that is with double tap of the left shift. Very frequently in a firefight or any other situation where you have to indicate to your other teammates the direction of an enemy or other visual target, you can use your compass. Now, to do this, you open up your compass, and as you see here, on the very inner ring, I have a series of numbers. They go from 0 all the way out to 360, which is right back at 0. You can use this to pinpoint exactly the direction that you need to show your other players where the enemy's at. For example, I am looking at bearing 300, and you would say this, enemy at bearing 300. Now, I'm at 60. It is very easy to use. You just pop open your compass, look where the enemy's at, and read off the number of where you're looking, and then close your compass. Oftentimes, as an infantryman, you will need to find out where you are in the map. Sometimes you will have a GPS. As you can see here, I have a GPS. To access the GPS, you use the right control key in combination with the M key. Again, right control M. As you can see in the bottom right, it has opened up my GPS. Now, I can see myself on the map, but normally you will not. You will just be able to see these boxes without your player indicator. You will read yourself where you are in the world by reading horizontally and then vertically. For example, I am at 053062, horizontal and vertical. To figure out where I am on the larger map, I can open that up with M. And as you can see here on the bottom, I have my GPS, which said 05320625. I am looking at the first 4 and then the second 4, 053 and 062. Now, again, it's horizontal and then vertical. So I'm at 053 and I am looking for 062, which is on the right here. I mean, you can see myself here, but normally you will not be able to see yourself on a harder difficulty level. So I would be able to pinpoint my location within this 100-meter box on the map. Very, very useful to know. One thing to note, if you do not have a map while playing in Ace 2, you will not be able to open up your map. Instead, you will see a completely black screen. This will all be black. However, if you move towards an officer or somebody else who has a map, you will have a context menu in your right mouse scroll menu to be able to look up the map on their character. When you are playing Arma 2, your head is always fixed forward where you are moving, and this will be a detriment to your situational awareness. Sometimes as you are moving, you won't be able to look around, and you can accomplish this by using the left Alt button. If you hold this, your mouse will now move your head instead of your body. You can still move forward, move back, strafe left, and strafe right, but you will not be able to rotate yourself around. As you can see, I am looking all the way back, but I am not turning around. If you let go of Alt, you can move your feet again with the mouse, or if you hold Alt, you can look around. This allows you to move your body in one direction while increasing your situational awareness in all of the other directions. To switch between fire modes on your weapon, you press the F key, F for fire mode. As you can see, I am now firing in auto if you look at the top right. If I press it again, I'll be switching to grenades. This is how you switch to and throw your grenades. If you press it again, as you can see, I am switching to my smoke grenades. And now my II strobe, which I don't really want to throw. And I am back at semi, so you can switch it between grenades, semi, auto, or burst, whichever your weapon supports. While in the map, you can place markers that can be used by yourself or your teammates. Be sure before placing a marker that you are on the appropriate communication channel, such as global or side or team. If you are in vehicle or any other more local channel, the other players on your team may not be able to see it. To place a marker, double-click on the map, and you can enter a marker name. As such, to delete a marker, you can hover over the marker and press the delete key. To place a marker with a different icon, you double-click, and before entering the text, you can use the up and down arrow keys to change the marker type.